All right, what's your status on offering your baby peanut? Have you done peanuts yet? In this video, I'm gonna cover 3 ways to safely offer peanuts to your baby, and then 2 ways that you don't wanna do peanuts. Actually, parents do this all the time and they don't realize it's actually really unsafe, so we don't wanna do those 2 things. We've got 3 that you can do. And if you're like, wait, what? Peanuts were not even on my radar? Don't worry, I'm gonna explain why we actually do wanna do peanuts early and often for your baby, and then why your doctor might not be talking to you about this important infant feeding topic. Hi, I'm Katie Ferraro, registered dietitian and mom of 7. I'm a college nutrition professor and I specialize in baby-led weaning, an alternative to traditional spoon feeding. Let's get busy talking a little bit about peanut protein. So why do we want your baby to try peanut protein early and often? Well, in 2016, the landmark study LEAP, Learning Early About Peanut Allergy, was published. And this study totally transformed our understanding of how early introduction of peanut-containing foods actually help prevent peanut allergy down the road. The LEAP study was honestly so cool as far as studies go. I'm gonna link the full publication and the updated guidelines below this video, but YouTube version. Basically, researchers observed Jewish children in the United Kingdom and Jewish children in Israel. And they found that peanut allergy was about 10 times higher in the UK. And what it boiled down to was when they designed a study of over 600 children to actually analyze this, and they followed them for more than 40 years, was that in Israel, children are routinely offered a peanut-containing snack called bamba. And the peanut protein in there was actually found to be protective against peanut allergy. So in the LEAP study, babies got randomized into 2 groups. One group avoided peanut foods, which that actually just used to be common practice. Okay, and we didn't understand much about food allergy. The other group, on the other hand, was given peanut-containing foods a few times a week. By age 5, what they found was that the kiddos who started eating peanuts as babies were less likely to be allergic to peanut. So researchers have condensed this to basically a statement that says, for babies who are at high risk for peanut allergy, eating peanut foods early and regularly reduced their risk of peanut allergy by more than 80% compared to avoiding them. So even if your baby is not at risk for peanut allergy, updated guidance suggests early and often exposure for all babies in order to help prevent and reduce the risk of peanut allergy down the road. If you look closely at that LEAP study, they mention age-appropriate peanut foods for infants. So what does that mean? How can babies safely eat peanuts? Well, here are 3 ways to do it, and then 2 ways that you want to avoid. One way that you can offer babies peanut protein safely is by doing thinned out peanut butter. Now, we don't do thick or sticky globs of nut butters for babies because they are too easily lodged on the roof or the side of the baby's mouth. And your baby doesn't have the strength to clear that with their mouth and their tongue muscles yet. So this could actually pose a choking hazard. But if you can get the peanut butter to be nice and thin, it's safe. I like the consistency where the peanut butter easily slides off of my adult spoon. That way I know that my baby can safely eat it and clear it from their mouth and their airway too. So here's how I thin out peanut butter to make it safe for babies. First, when selecting peanut butter, we always do smooth and not chunky peanut butter. So intact nuts or small pieces of nuts like you find in chunky peanut butter, those are a choking hazard. Also look for unsalted and unsweetened peanut butter, meaning that there's no added salt and no added sugar. Then you can mix it in to thin it with any number of ingredients. I like to use breast milk or infant formula, but you can also do unsweetened applesauce. The key here is to get it nice and thin. I'll take that thinned out peanut butter, put it in a bowl, and use the pre-loaded spoon approach to allow the baby to self-feed. You can start this thinned out peanut butter in the first week of baby-led weaning when your baby is 6 months of age and also sitting on their own. Peanut flour is another really easy way to offer your baby peanut protein. I keep saying peanut protein because the protein part of the food is the potentially allergenic part of the food. So peanuts are just fat and protein, right? There's no carbohydrate. And so when I say peanut flour, I don't mean peanut powders. The peanut powders, there's a lot of those out there. They're like adult diet peanut powders, essentially are just defatted peanut. Sometimes they have added sugars or artificial sweeteners, both of which are inappropriate for babies to eat. But good old-fashioned peanut flour is just what it sounds like. It's flour made from crushed up peanuts. It's a little bit on the pricey side, so it's not always my go-to, but you can really easily make peanut flour pancakes. You can take the peanut flour, a banana, and an egg. That pancake, you just cut it into strips about the size of your adult pinky finger and offer it to the baby. Keep in mind, if you're doing that pancake recipe, that egg is a separate allergenic food, so you want to make sure your baby has had egg a number of times on their own without reaction before you combine it with peanut if that's the first time baby's having peanut and egg. Okay, we don't do two new allergenic foods at the same time, because if your baby had a reaction, how would you know if it was from the egg or the peanut if they were both new? So peanut flour, a great easy second way to do peanuts for your baby. I mentioned the Bomba peanut butter puffs from the LEAP study. It's actually super unusual to see a branded product in a peer-reviewed published study, but Bomba are an Israeli snack food fed to young children and babies, and they're of huge importance in this groundbreaking study. So I'll mention them by name. Bomba is available worldwide. You see it more and more in US grocery stores now. I remember even just a few years ago, you actually had to order your Bomba online in the US, but it's everywhere now. Just be sure to read your labels, because there are different variations of Bomba, some of which have sodium levels in them that I am not comfortable serving to babies. I do like the baby peanut butter puffs from a company called Puffworks. So Puffworks makes a product called Puffworks Baby Peanut Puffs. These puffs have no added sugar, and there's just a smidge of sodium in there for preservative. Plus, the Puffworks puffs are the softest puff on the market, so they dissolve really easily in your baby's mouth. And I don't usually do packaged or processed snack foods for babies, but I really love the no stress, low mess convenience of the Puffworks brand baby peanut butter puffs. You take a couple of these peanut butter puffs, put them in your baby's bowl. I love them because they're the perfect size for baby-led weaning. Okay, that's a piece of food that's about the size of your adult pinky finger. Your baby can pick them up and feed the Puffworks puffs, but heads up, babies love these, so you might get a little peanut puff addict on your hands, but you've been warned. So Puffworks, they do tend to be a little bit on the pricier side. If you want to check them out at a discount, I am an affiliate for Puffworks, and my affiliate discount code BABYLED will save you some money if you want to check it out at puffworks.com. Just be sure you're getting their baby peanut product. So Puffworks has other adult products, but again, it's the Puffworks baby peanut puffs that you want. I think getting a case or two, that's a great easy way for you to introduce your baby to that all-important peanut protein. All right, as promised, when it comes to peanuts, what do you not want to do for your baby? I'm not sure if you caught it, but I did mention at the top of this video that we do not feed babies thick globs of nut butter or intact whole nuts, right? Any hard, crunchy, crispy, or sticky foods can be a choking hazard for early eaters. Since we're talking about offering peanuts to your 6-month-old baby, that's right when they start solid foods, okay? So I want you to stick to one of those 3 safe ways. Steer clear of the thick globs of nut butter or intact nuts. One final word about babies who are at high risk for peanut allergy. So new research and updated guidance now defines high risk for peanut allergy as being those babies who either have severe eczema and or existing egg allergy. I'm not talking the run-of-the-mill eczema that all of your babies have. This is severe eczema and or existing egg allergy. Those are the babies who are at high risk for peanut allergy, and research suggests that they may benefit from even earlier introduction of peanut protein, somewhere between 4 to 6 months. Now, 4 and 5-month-old babies shouldn't be eating anything except infant milk, so you definitely want to check with your pediatric allergist or dermatologist to determine whether or not your baby is at high risk and then how to introduce peanut protein. Also want to keep in mind that there isn't really any clear data as to whether introducing peanut at 4 or 5 months for these high-risk babies, is that any more protective against peanut allergy than introducing it at 6 months of age? We really just don't know. Again, 6 months correlates when it is safe for babies to start having foods besides infant milk. There are some more peanut resources linked down below this video in the description. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on the latest changes in research and allergenic food introduction guidance for your babies. Bye now.